Hello everyone, it is I again, eating shit food reviews. And today I've decided to take a plunge down the foreign aisle of the supermarket again. And you know what, that's really where I wind up for all these fucking reviews, but I decided to go down the foreign aisle of the supermarket. I got this thing that caught my eye. It's called Red Bean Mochi. I don't know, it's sort of like, to me this stuff sort of looks intriguing, because the center's sort of like, you know, I guess I'm kind of like westernizing it into my own mind, but the center sort of looks like chocolate, right? And the outside looks like, almost like a powdered sugar kind of donut mix, you know what I mean? So it's like, so for me to see this, I can maybe, like, I can make it appealing in my own way, although in doing so, I'm sure I'm setting myself up for a big disappointment, because of course, that's not going to be what this is. It says fucking red bean in it. Like, it's funny, because even if you read the phrase red bean mochi, those words together are, like, completely meaningless to me. They're just words. Out of context, you know what I mean? But, like, I played a couple of, Japanese RPGs, and that leads me to believe that this is both food and a dessert. I can actually remember in a DS game called The World Ends With You, one of the characters is always sucking on a lollipop, and they tell you that that lollipop is bean curd flavored. So maybe that's like, that's in the same vein, I'm not sure what. And it sounded repugnant to me anyway, because bean lollipop. So, one thing about this that kind of stood out to me, aside from like the fact that it's obviously Asian in some way, was in the ingredients here. For starters, none of these ingredients sound like anything to do with candy. Straight up, absolutely not. Like, we have red bean paste, sugar. Oh no, wait, sugar is one thing, but there's also glutinous rice powder, potato powder, and sorbic acid. Actually, that's basically all the ingredients that I read to you. And what I find to be especially funny is the idea of glutinous rice powder, because like, how filled with gluten is this thing that they actually specifically note that it's glutinous rice powder? But anyways, here we have this rather artistic packaging. A friend of mine remarked that that could say, "Danger, poison, do not eat." And inside we have, among other things, a piece of silica gel. So at least I know these things are appropriately dry. Now let's just take a look. Whoa! Nope, there goes the silica gel. They're neatly packaged in these cupcake holders or whatever, with like some with some indefined powder, kind of all over the place. If you kind of touch them, they're like sort of powdery. Oh my god, they smell bizarre. They smell almost like fruits. Except for one thing that I find to be, before I eat this thing, one thing that I find to be total horseshit is like the different, like, what flagrant false advertising have we on our hands here? You know what I mean? Like, we have this thing that's flat on both ends with just like these ridges around, and this, which is molded into this like perfect dome. Again, like, you know, this looks probably like more similar to something that you'd see in like a Japanese video game. This looks like a wad. This is really a ball of dough, fuck. I'm gonna make it into a little frowny face, because that will reflect myself after actually eating them. But here we go. Oh, fuck. Well, right now there's one thing just pops right up in my head. Frozen burrito. You know those like, or like, have you ever gone to Taco Bell and you order the wrong thing on the menu and it's literally just all fucking refried beans? It just tastes like trash. I've had that happen to me before. That's what this thing is. It's like the bad frozen burrito, the one that like you leave to the last in the variety package when you buy it or whatever the fuck. Yeah, there's some like otter end that just was some indigestible piece that was in my mouth. It does taste like beans, but it's supposed to taste sweet like candy as well. You can see the inside. That's the bean paste. And straight up, it's bean paste. It's kind of repugnant, but not otherworldly like that dry pet I ate. But this is still pretty fucking gross. So, I'm gonna have to go with. Oh, one last thing that I want to mention is that like, it's gross to me, but I can imagine this tasting good to like some kid in another culture. I feel as if, although I have no basis of fact for this, I feel as if, as far as Red Bean Mochi goes, this must be a quality product. It's just that like, I don't like it. It's not my thing. I'm going to have to give it, I think, about a 5 out of 10.
What's that heart piece?